All right, everybody, welcome back to Big Bad Game-a-thon. Hope you enjoyed all of that ALF nonsense. That was incredible. Thank you so much, Lady Ariana, for that. I hope to be able to follow it up remotely at all. But Kunio should be doing a lot of that work for me. Just Kunio games are Kunio games. I am joined by the lovely Celine Calante Love.
Oh.
So, I'm going to get into this without too much ado. This is kind of like a sequel of sorts to River City Ransom, if you know of that game. One of the most popular early entries in the Kunio-kun or River City franchise, where you kind of go around a city and you have to fight specific bosses in a specific order in order to open up the end game and save the town and save Ryan's girlfriend Cindy. So this is a pretty similar game in a lot of ways, except it is completely non-linear in regards to where you go on the map. I'm going to be fighting very specific people in a specific order again, but they can appear randomly at any place in the entire game. And a lot of the places in this game are absolutely god-awful to fight, and this game has so many quirks. This will probably be one of the better games you'll see in Big Bad Game-a-thon. I honestly love this game, and I think it's great. And I'm going to try and not poo-poo it too hard. But rest assured, I love this game.
I will say a lot of it's like everything that it does wrong is because it was trying to do so many things right. It is such an ambitious game, especially for the NES. But unfortunately, it was a little too ambitious. It tried to do, it tried to squeeze in things that like an NES cart can't really do, and it doesn't really work all that well, and it kind of shows in parts. But man, do I credit them for trying, you know?
Yes,
They were bold with this one.
Agreed. And we're gonna show you all that stuff and get ready to party in a Japanese high school period play in 3, 2, 1, barf. Let's do this. I'm gonna skip a little cutscene. I'm gonna go into some menus and change some settings. So this is a level up growth stats. I'm changing how fast my stats will grow upon level ups with me defeating enemies. That is a new little feature in the wagon. That is a new little feature in this game. You can buy items to increase your stats just like in the original River City Ransom, but also when you defeat enemies, you'll gain experience and you will get level ups. The first thing I'm going to do here is actually run straight to a gambling house because I'm going to try to win 5 straight coin flips. This is required for world record attempts. If you lose any of these coin flips, it's over. We won the first one and we lost the second one, so we just lost 20 minutes. Not for marathon purposes, like in the estimate, I expected to not win the 5 coin flips, and so we didn't lose 20 minutes in terms of the schedule, so don't worry. But in terms of being able to beat the game as fast as possible, I am not joking. We just lost 20 minutes, because if I were to get all that money by winning the 5 coin flips, nice deadly pattern by the way, then I would have been able to buy like the 2 most important items in the game for speedrunning, and thank you for stealing my money there, Kunio. In every single room, the first thing we're going to be doing is trying to destroy our AI partner as fast as possible, because you see the game is moving at about 10% speed, and as soon as we take out our partner, then the game is able to move at a blazing 20% speed. And you saw a nice little quirk of the game there, where an AI enemy picked up a weapon and then threw it on the same frame, which is incredibly unreactable. The AI in this game is basically impossible to wrangle. I just have to try to minimize their variance options and just play as safe as possible. This is the weakest gang in the entire game, or clan. Oh! Rolling around at the speed of sound. I need to get off or else he's gonna take me out of the room. That was Pretty Face Guy, by the way. I was taken for a ride by Pretty Face Guy, and it felt great. And they're camping on the right side of the room, so I can't really fight them. So, you see that I am waiting until the enemies are lying on their backs until I actually try to hit them. If I hit them while they were rolling, it would not actually do me much good toward taking them out, because I'm getting a lot of glitches, by the way, with it doing double swings. You see on the top left of the screen, I have 2 little health bars. I have a top health bar and a bottom health bar. The bottom health bar is only, it only depletes whenever enemies or me are lying on our backs. And, oh god, he is really scary right now. Oh no, he has a tree stump! I just deflected it back at him and killed him with it. Okay, that sound right there was a level up. There's so much to talk about in this game. I'm trying to talk about things, but everything is happening at once. I have to go really, really far across the world map now. So, okay, nice little cutscene. I forget what I was talking about, so let's just talk about the next thing. So I have to run all the way across the world map to get to the people who just happen to spawn really far away in a place called Tossa. And if I were to win all the coin flips and get a bunch of money at the beginning and have enough money to buy a really special item, I would have had fast travel. And so immediately from the very beginning, we could have cut out all of this running around, but we don't have that at all. And so now we get to take the scenic route and see all their wonderful high school play sets. Not play sets, but like the sets of their play. Yeah, so this is supposed to be a high school play, and we are doing the high school play the only way that the Kunio people know how, which is just true and incredible violence at all times.
This is just what happens in River City. Like, this is just what drama class or drama club looks like in River City. Super Dodgeball is just what gym class looks like in River City. These people are just like that.
Yep.
I will say, when you mentioned that you're killing, like, the first thing you do in every room is just to destroy your own partner there so that the game can actually, function, that kind of ties back to my point about this game trying more things than it could actually handle. You have an AI partner. That is really cool.
Yeah.
The game absolutely cannot run when he's on the screen at the same time as the enemies. So, like, maybe they shouldn't have done that, but I won't say that they shouldn't have been brave enough to try things. It's just that this is an NES game, and they kind of forgot that, I think, when they were making it.
And as Flare Sword pointed out in chat, yes, Kunio is the AI partner. I'm not actually playing as Kunio here. I'm playing as Sue. And the reason for that is, if I were playing as Kunio, then his mount kick technique would kind of get in the way. And also, while I would be trying to take out Sue, he would fart so hard that it would knock me down. And I'm not joking. That's his special technique, is a fart attack that just explodes the entire screen. And this is like the worst place I could possibly fight this boss. It's really, really difficult to wrangle them in this really odd terrain, and I can't hit you when you're on top of me. But I can collect your money when you're on top of me because this game is perfect. Okay, the next part of the game is actually not that bad. Because you see there's that big world map on the pause screen where I'm checking to see where everybody is. I am able to look at it quickly and kind of parse what I need to do next. There are 4 people that we need to face next required to progress the game, and all of them thankfully move toward me on the world map. I can just wait in one area and they're guaranteed to come toward me. This is like the only part of the game where we get to have that benefit. The very first clan in the game also does that, and very quickly at that, but from after we get past this part of the game, it's gonna be a bit terrible, because we have to, wherever they happen to spawn in is just where they're going to be, and we just have to deal with it. But you saw that the people that I need to face next move toward me there, and so now we just go into one of the other rooms. We got another deadly pattern, and so we got hit the moment that we entered the room. Also, Kunio's trying to hit me. Yep, he hit me. And now he has my weapon! Yes, thank you. We are working together, Kunio.
For those who don't watch Seirea speedruns enough to know the terminology, a deadly pattern is when you walk into the screen and just immediately take a hit because the enemies were right there and they just like frame one, like the screen loads and you're like already on your back. There's like nothing you can do about that. It's just the computer just said, LOL, take a hit.
Technos loved that. It took them years and years and years to stop spawning enemies right on you. So these guys, so the different enemies in this game have different AI patterns. These guys have AI that makes them run at you at all times. So thankfully they're somewhat predictable, but if they spawn in weird positions and weird things happen with your inputs getting eaten, then you can absolutely get destroyed. That's a single spawn there. I can tell because the game is running at like 50% speed. Now the boss is here. I'm gonna try and actually defeat the boss without the terrible things happening this time. Oh, look at the moonwalk. That was incredible. Okay, that was actually a half decent boss fight for once. Okay, how much money do we have?
Did you just take like 2 hits of that wagon to like go down?
Yes, so
kind of hyper armored the first one there.
Yes, and that actually is a good point. That until I get another one of the things I would have bought at the very beginning of the game, if things had gone well at the gambling house, I would have. The other thing I would have bought would have been a machine gun weapon strike, which is what you might know as Grand Slam in the first game. game, River City Ransom. That really trivializes a lot of the fighting in this game. The boss fights, up until that boss fight, went really, really badly, but that's all going to be a thing of the past once I get 300 more Ryo. So I'm going to wait for the next people to come here, and I'm going to try to just fight a couple more. Oh wait, the dark blue guys are already here. They're not here. Hopefully they're in the town room. That would be perfect. Of course they're not. So, yeah, even when people spawn in areas that are good to fight, I'm still at the mercy of them spawning in any of those rooms. I'm going to bail immediately because I have 1,000 Ryo, and I'm just going to go to the store that has the Grand Slam technique, and I'm going to get it right now because the next boss I'm going to fight could destroy me if I don't get it.
So every region on the world map has like 4 or so actual rooms in it. So when the world map shows that someone's in this region, it could be any of those rooms. And that's another roll of the dice, because a lot of the rooms are not created equal. If they're in one room, it's okay. If they're in another one, it's really, really bad.
Yes. There are a couple of rooms in this game that are basically unplayable, even casually, and one of them is called the toilet room, and I never ever hope to have to fight in there, but for the cases of big bad Game-a-thon, I actually kind of do. This is another terrible room to fight in, and it's not bad on its own, but if an enemy falls into the lava, then I have to wait for them to die for a very, very long time, and that's just god-awful for speedrunning. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Like, I don't even want that to happen here, because it's so painful. We could all sing a song together if it happens. We'll have a lot of time. Okay, that guy is just camping there. Please. Oh my goodness! That was an interesting little thing there. He just had some fun with a rolling tree stump. This game is perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna wait for him to come over here. Because again, I don't want him to fall in the lava. It would be even worse with a boss. But you see, now I have the machine gun wagon strike, and yeah, he's done. And hopefully yep, they moved into the cliff, so now we can do a cliff fight. Let me take care of Kunio first. Sorry, Kunio, you're about to have a really bad time for the rest of the game. He's basically already done. There he goes. Okay. So now we're in a room where there are pits on either side of the screen. I call this a cliff fight. This gives me an opportunity, especially in the later parts of the game where enemies roll really quickly when they're with their higher agility stat. This gives me the chance to just finish them off before I even have to hit them while they're on the ground, because I can just do this and this and this, and that counts as them being defeated. So that's not as good for money, which I'm actually still trying to collect some, so that I can buy the fast travel item eventually, but that shows you a faster way to defeat the enemies whenever you are in rooms where that's a thing. So this room is really good for speedrunning.
Note that does not work on bosses, though.
Yep.
If you do that to a boss, it somehow does not count as that boss being defeated, so you have to do this entire fight again.
Exactly. Thank you. Very good point. So I made sure to keep him on the center of the room there. Very good. And now we have to face one more clan. They are in the swamp. I'm going to say nope to that. I'm going to go down to back to this area, Suruga, the starting area, and I am going to actually go into this room because I don't want to fight them here. Now I'm going to wait for them to move toward me on the world map. Again, this is, I think, the last clan in the game that will actually give you the benefit of them moving toward you on the map, so that you don't have to fight them in terrible places like the swamp in Kosuke, which is where they are now. These guys take a little bit longer to move toward me on the map, but it's okay. So they're in one of the other 2 rooms. Thank you for that, Kunio. I could have done just fine on my own, but you are a strong man, and I love being thrown by you, I guess.
Yeah, don't get used to being able to control or decide where the fight's happening.
Thank you for throwing me, Kunio, and now you are dead. Okay, so this is my favorite clan in the game because they are the most predictable and most wrangleable. All they do is walk toward you. They run up and get close, and then they walk slowly at you. So they are the least scary clan in the game. And also they have a really nice green color. So this is also one of the best places to fight in the game. This is a town room. This is a very large town room because it's a special one in the starting area with extra shops. So all over the place in this game, there are tons of areas in the rooms where enemies can completely get stuck and just forget how to be able to come toward you, get confused, and terrible things will happen, and it's terrible for speedrunning. But in the town rooms, that is much less likely. They can still run into walls and get stuck, but it's usually not that bad. All right, and now we can just use the machine gun wagon to deal this guy. And now from here on out, we're just at the mercy of people spawning wherever they are, and we just have to chase them around. Where are you? You are back in Rikachu, so hopefully they're not in the lava room. That's generally a pretty good place for them to be. Let's see. And
Rikachu is, of course, my favorite Pokemon.
Yes, mine too. And we have to go to the mountains, which means we have to not go up the hill. We have to go down to the flat part, because going up the mountain will take you to the swamp, but going down to the flat area will take you to the mountain. Thankfully, they're not here. This game is perfect. No cliff fight. There are also a lot of cutscenes that we have to do along the way in order to progress through the game. The game does not tell you any of what you have to do, by the way. This is in Japanese. This is the original version, but there are many translations of this game, and even if I could understand Japanese 1000% or fluent, I would still not be told by any part of the game except for like 1 or 2 cutscenes anything that's happening or what I'm supposed to be doing. So you just have to either guess or just fight everybody all the time, as I think the people who make the Kunio games want you to do, and like the Kunio characters themselves want to do, and just pray that it actually progresses the game. I have played this game.
We can confirm that because there actually is an English translation. It was released as part of the Kunio-kun and Double Dragon Retro Brawler bundle. So you can play this game in English as part of that bundle. It does not help.
No. Also, this guy killed me right before I started going live. This guy has a really dangerous technique. Thankfully, we have the amazing technique ourselves, and it wasn't a... Oh, no! Guess where they are. They're in the area that has the dreaded toilet room. There might be a way to get there from here, but I'm just going to play it... Oh, Kunio, I got deadly pattered by my own friend. I mean, calling him a friend after I've done what I've done to him this entire run is maybe a bit of a stretch, but I think he's great, especially when he no longer exists and is dead. I think he's even better then. I'm so sorry. Anyway,
that's the sign of true friendship right there.
Yes, especially in the world of River City / Kunio. I have to run really, really far across the map to get to the next guys, for one thing, and also it's one of the worst areas in the game in general. But if they are in the toilet room, we're gonna have an adventure together. I hope you're all ready. Let's find out. No, they're not here. Okay, so let me just give you a tour of the toilet room. So this is the left side of the room. There's a current pushing me right now, by the way. If enemies were lying on their backs, they would be moving at a different speed and be taken by different currents, and so it's impossible to chase them around and hit them. Here's where it all funnels to. This is where you're doing most of your fighting and where the worst currents are. Here's the right side of the room.
Notice the game cannot support what it's doing right now, by the way. Even with no other people here, even without the other combatants, that was chugging.
Yep. And now I'm going to go, so they happen to be in the best possible room to fight, and the most boring room to fight in a big bad Game-a-thon run. They are in a town room, so as I said, this is one of the different clones of town rooms that are in a lot of the areas in this game, and this is one of the best possible places to fight. It's a scary place to fight these guys because their AI is incredibly unpredictable. Not predictable at all. At any frame, they can choose to do anything. It's best when they're just running at me like that, but they can also just stop moving on a dime and move the complete opposite direction at any moment, and just decide whenever they're standing still at any frame to just immediately come at you and just wreak havoc.
It's worth pointing out, by the way, at the start of the game when you saw Seirea menuing to put 70-30 of all the level up stats into agility and I think was weapon attack, there was nothing in defense. So as this game is getting progressing more and more, Seiya still has the HP, the defenses of a level 1 character, even though they're a lot faster, they're hitting harder. But we are now at the point, when you see the dark purple enemies, that kind of signifies the point where now enemies are starting to hit hard enough where anyone in the game can pretty much touch a death save from now on if they feel like it. It gets incredibly dangerous. This is why you were supposed to put something in your defenses, because they are hitting now. Yep. And Dave's just nuts to that. I'm just gonna not get hit, LOL.
Yep, Isaiah strategies. So hopefully this is going to take me where I need to go next. There are so many different little pixels in this game which take you to completely different areas. I managed to go where I wanted to go. We are in the swamp now. We're in Kosuke. There's nothing I can do about that this time. We have to fight these gentlemen dressed in brown! What a shot! Oh my goodness, that guy was definitely on the dodgeball team as well. What a throw! He just pegged me with Little Rock in the face. And
note the traction we're getting on the ground here, in addition to the general slowdown from Kunio still being alive.
Yep. This place is bad to fight because of that main reason. It takes me a really, really long time to get going speed-wise. That does nerf my enemies, though. Because it also takes them a long time to get moving. So this is a safer place to fight, but it's slower because there are a lot of places where the enemies can get... What the heck is going on? Doug! Not being hittable for some reason. Enemies can get stuck all over the place in these rooms, and I just have to chase after them. That hasn't happened very often in this run. Knock on wood, this has actually been a really good run without use of the map cursor and early Grand Slam. But that could change at any moment, like Celine said. I could get Touch of Death anytime.
And the other reason this game gets harder from here on out, you'll see this as soon as we're fighting anywhere that isn't Kosuke, because Sei's right, that does at least nerf this part a little. Enemies are getting faster as well as hitting harder, and when you knock them down, the distance they roll is dependent on their speed. So eventually, Sei is going to start hitting people, and they're just going to like go into orbit. It'll look like a Smash Brothers like baseball bat, and that is bad because you can't hit them while they're rolling. I mean, you can, but it won't damage them. You have to wait till they stop, and if they don't stop, then you just cannot damage them. And a lot of times, like especially near the end, they get so fast, especially in the smaller rooms, they will just roll right off the screen from like all the way from the other side of the screen.
Exactly. And if they roll off the left side, there's absolutely nothing I can do. If they roll off the right side, then I can. When I have this wagon with its long hitbox, I can still hit them, but it's much preferred that I just hit them while they're right here. Kunio is like one hit away, by the way. So I got really lucky with this Dragon Twins clan. Spoilers, we're gonna be fighting the Dragon Twins after this. This is like the worst room to fight in Sudaga, but again, this is a nice place to nerf the enemy AI because I can just hang out right here and enemies will come toward me and then get stuck right there usually. Look at him roll.
Yep, off they go.
Pretty face guy, pretty face guy, pretty face guy. These guys also have the unpredictable AI.
That's only going to get worse as the game keeps going and they keep getting faster.
But you can see that guy just gently floating toward me because he got stuck by the water. There's just a place right there that they got confused and they don't know what to do. That guy is camping and he's just watching. Yeah, he's using the classic martial arts movie approach to a group fight where it's just, okay, I'm here, but I'm going to let's just keep doing this one at a time. I'm sure the person who is fighting our hero is going to defeat him. I don't have to go in until they're dead. And that's fine.
Sei is making this look easy, by the way, because they are godlike at this game, but there's a reason that they're so happy to have the enemy AI like nerfed here. Like, we are now at the point where even just the common gang members here, let alone the bosses, could just at any moment decide to just go ham and just like kill. It is so dangerous from here on out.
Nice. Okay, that was a pretty good 2-on-1 fight, especially in a place where they fell into the water, and so they could have ended up basically anywhere. I was able to follow them that time. They're in Kawachi. That's amazing. This luck is okay. By the way, that's a cutscene that could have happened at the beginning of the game. It can happen. This game is incredible. Like, that could have happened like after I defeated the second clan. Instead, it happened in the late game. It's beautiful. Anything could happen in this game at any moment. But yeah, we're going to Kawachi now. So we're at the point of the game where not only do clans that you have to face not come toward you on the world map, they can move away from you. And so you see how long it can take to move around on the world map, especially if they're really far away from you. You can just get trapped in this endless cycle of chasing people around and never being able to get to them. But now we do have enough money now to buy the map cursor. So I am going to try and prioritize that if I don't die here and lose half my money. That was a nice little spawn. I'm just, okay, he decided that he is not interested, and then he's like, psych, I actually am super interested in you, and only I'm interested in you when you're dead.
You can tell because Sei sounds so nervous right now for how easy they're making this look, because it looks like Sei is just beating the crap out of everyone. No one's even like tried fighting back or anything, but just recall that at any moment they could do the same to Sei.
Yep, and I did a good crowd control play there where I waited to before chasing somebody on the left because I knew that somebody else was going to spawn and they had a chance of spawning on the left too and just immediately killing me. And that was actually the... Where are you going? This could take a long time. Please come here. Thank you. All right, we got single spawns now because the game is running somewhat quickly. So one of the Dragon Twins ran away when we fought both of them, and so now we're facing the second one here. And that's much easier. Now, I think we have to do another cutscene. Yes, we do, and he's right here somewhere. In the other room. That guy started off his life by running into a wall. That must be interesting. An interesting way to start your life. And so for cutscenes, we don't have to listen to all the text. We can just smack them in the face, and when they fall down, it skips some of the text because this is a Kunio game. They're also in Eishu. Okay, it sounds like a sneeze and it plays like one as well. Let's see if these guys are in the toilet room this time. If they're in any of the water rooms, it's a bit of a problem, but if it's the toilet room, then we will be able to show off the true agony that is the toilet room.
This run was going so perfectly with the spawns and how you were handling them, and just like all the luck was on your side, and then in the end, just oops, sudden toilet room, like as we're nearing the end game. That is this game for you.
Yep.
That is absolutely this game for you. At any time, the game can just say no.
Yep. No, yep. Also, I just completely crossed myself up twice. I just lost like 30 seconds by forgetting that I was going to his Zen to get the map cursor. These guys chased us there. So, fun fact about the dark gray guys who are killing me right now as I'm just trying to run past. Oh my goodness, please just let me get this. Yep. Oh, and I got stuck on a seam, and I'm alive for now. I could have just lost half my money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at any time, Sei's making this look easy when all, like, even the bosses are just kind of standing there eating a bunch of wagons to the face and dying. At any time, they can just decide to do that.
Yep.
And Sei's just dead.
They actually, oh man, they moved out of Eishu, and now they're in the lava room. Okay, so we have a chance to have to witness the true horrors of just watching a young man die in lava on a high school play set. Maybe it's just Play-Doh, but I doubt it because
this is River City.
Yes, they probably found a way to import real molten rock. I'll let Kunio in there. Yeah, we'll take the best of both worlds. We'll let Kunio die slowly, because that's what friendship is about in the world of Kunio. So you see how slowly. Okay, he was actually pretty close to done anyway, so he didn't take that long. Should I feel bad for that? Probably, but at least we had fun, right? Kunio probably had fun too. Let's not kid ourselves. This is just what people do in River City for fun. Okay, this is just a cutscene, so I can smack him in the face. He doesn't feel bad about it at all. And now with the next people we have to face. Okay, cutscene. Where are you? I could go into the inn over there, but it's far away from where I need to go. I really wish he were in the town room. Boom. That skips the text. Now we have to fight guys dressed in pure black. Oh, look where they are. Okay, it is a water room. I'm going to lure everybody over here because fighting over there is a bit of a disaster, even though it's the only place that's dry land, basically, in the entire place. This place is at least wide open, and get out of here, Kunio. Thank you. So this is bad because of all the currents and stuff, and it really chugs the game, but also because people can get stuck absolutely everywhere. I missed my turnaround because it's very difficult to have any of your inputs be read whenever the game is only running about half the time. Let's see here. Yeah, look at how fast he's moving on the water there.
It really says something that, like, this room, like, for everything we're seeing right here, like, this is a toilet room, but at least it's not the toilet room. Like, can you believe it actually gets worse?
Oh, so much worse. That was a really good situation right there. I only got 1 coin for some reason. Pretty face guy, come get wet with me. Anyway, there's Blockhead as well. That's a defense specialist. I am doing a really bad time at waiting for Pretty Face Guy to stop rolling because he just makes me so eager. Come down here, lad. Come on. Come on in. The water's fine, and so is the death by a machine gun wagon.
I can't imagine why anyone would hesitate to jump down there after witnessing what happened to, like, everyone else.
Yeah. It's really strange, isn't it? I have no idea where the bosses are going to spawn here, so I'm just going to ensure...
There he goes!
Yeah, look at him go! I'm going to ensure the bosses spawn on the left, so I cannot preempt the start of this fight. I just have to wait for this guy to run at me. It's going to be really scary. He's going to be moving at Mach speed, and one hit will kill me. Okay. Look at how fast he gets up. So the bosses from here on out, even though this is just normal mode, they're so powerful. I'm going to go to an inn right now. I don't care where... Okay, I'm just gonna go straight to the inn right here. We spent a lot of time in Rikachu in this. They're here! That's really lucky. Okay, so I can just go to the inn right now and then come back out and just hopefully not die. Look at them all go, whee! And Kunio, you've been an excellent teammate. Thank you for dying without killing me. That's what good teammates do.
We didn't even get to see them in this run, but in addition to, like, the toilet rooms, there's an ice physics level.
Yes, we did not have to fight an Ezo this time, yep.
And a little desert area that's just kind of like just two hills on either side, and it's a very small room, and that's the one where everyone who's fast will just never, like, they will all roll out of the screen because it's such a small screen.
Exactly,
like,
that place is...
There are so many ways this game can get you.
Yep. Yeah, you can get knocked out of rooms really easily in the middle of a fight and have to redo the entire thing. This actually went really... This might be a sub 30, which is ridiculously good for not winning any of the coin flips at the beginning. And final boss is done, and now we can... The last thing we have to do on a clear map is go back here, go into this room to Bunzo's house, and time. Wow.
Go.
I'm pretty sure you were my good luck charm there, Woodlings. That went really, really, really well. And you did incredible commentary. You added so much. Like, it was already going to be amazing just to have you because of your vibes and amazingness, but, like, you added amazing commentary. Thank you all so much for the GGs. I hope you all enjoyed that run.
Thank you so much for having us. This was an absolute delight.
And we're going to hang around for a little bit because I'm going to show you a special ending here. So none of what we're talking about here we've spent any time to actually glean. Like, it's still very difficult to gain any insight into, like, the big lore that's happening here in the story because you only ever get like 2 little lines of dialogue at a time. You can skip most of the core elements of the story just by going around and fighting and not entering certain places. But Okoto there is asking for our hand in marriage, and so Bunzo's gonna say, stay with us and, like, settle down and be a normal person, you weirdo. And we're gonna say, are you kidding? No. I am but an aimless wanderer in Kunio land. I want to punch faces and punch faces forever and not be a family man. Get out of my face.
Excuse me, you want me to, like, stop punching people? Are you insane?
Yes. Do you think... What about me do you think would be good for parenting? But we just said no to that. If we say yes, then all they do is say, oh, great, cool, we're gonna throw a party now, credits. But instead, now they have a lot more to say, and now eventually we're gonna walk away. Of course, Kunio's the one getting all the credit, which is honestly fair because he took by far the most pain in this playthrough. But we're just gonna look at these beautiful sets, by the way. They really put all of their effort into making the school play pop, and so many young men were died in the making of it. But here comes Okoto. She doesn't take no for an answer. Kunimasa! Kunimasa! Splat. Lewd. That gives Sue a nosebleed. And that is, like, the best ending, basically. You have to say no to taking her hand in marriage, and you get the cool scene. Faisu says, no, the drama club owns Mount Fuji. There you go.
I absolutely believe that the drama club decided to put on a play where the rough plot is, like, your master is sick and her daughter gets kidnapped, and like Kunimasa has to go save. So it's basically just an excuse for, hey, here are the two factions in this play, right? Go beat the hell out of each other. Just go absolutely ham.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
that is just how River City just does things.
no acting experience required, no singing skills required. All you need to do in this play is just run around our sets and punch people really hard. That is what drama excellence is made of.
This is the most successful play that River City has put on since their rendition of 300.
This is Niketsu! Anyway,
that is what we call method acting.
Yeah, they really get into it. So, thank you so much, Woodlings. Is there anything else you want to say before we kick it on to the next people?
That about does it. Again, just like, I think we're in the big bad Game-a-thon because this game has so many ways to make it unplayable, but again, I think most of them, as you've seen now, are just because they tried to do too much. I think this game, if anything, is bad because it is so good that the NES can't handle it.
Yeah.
And that's really, I can't really fault them for that. I do respect that, even if it does make for an experience that kind of plays like this sometimes.
And with that, I see Yelsrick in the chat, and because Mount Fuji is present, I think we need to get it away before Yelsrick deals it any massive harm. Thank you so much, everybody. It is a joy to be here. If you don't get that joke, then follow twitch.tv/Yelsrick. He's an amazing person, and he's currently doing amazing things with Ball, otherwise known as Super Dodgeball. And I will be back on Sunday with Celine and the Woodlings and our friends in the Jade System with Maki Paw of Fury, another game that is probably one of the better games in this marathon, but has plenty of its own things
just
as well.
Never done beating people up.
Never done beating people up. It's just my way to express love. Thank you all so much. I wish all of you the best. Enjoy the rest of BBG until I'm back, and even after I'm back, or even if you don't watch me, or you just have fun and have a good life and be cool.
There,
okay.
Everyone, have a good one. Love you all.